Oh, what a good. Very nice. Now you want to try your sharing. In this meantime, they're joining. We can try it if you want to try.
Yeah, I want to try because I'm more concerned about how it will.
Okay, he will share now. Just now, Setu, can you share for him so he can try his.
Good evening, Sidhuji. This is Rubesh here.
Hi, Rubesh.
How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good.
We want to get some experience of, or good experience of what work you have done, today.
Let me try first my presentation, whether it is working or not.
Don't tell us.
So sharing is enabled.
It will be real good experience or learning for agricultural engineers,
Sharing is enabled.
More.
Okay.
All right. I think he is shared. Can you check, Dr. Sidhu?
Yeah.
You got share? Share screen. Can you press the share screen down?
Okay, let me check more. Where it is shared screen.
Down. Participant. After participant.
After participant? I don't see.
You see start video, Mike. You see the screen?
Yeah, there is stop video and mic.
Participants.
Participants, yes.
Next, share screen.
Invite, mute, raised hand. Attendees. Where is
Setu, can you share screen for him?
I've enabled share screen, so I have to start sharing now.
Yeah, start share, please. Okay, now he's shared. Now can you see? Dr. Sidhu, can you see now? After participants, can you see? After participants, do you get a share screen?
Okay.
I think let him double click on the screen so it becomes smaller. Probably he'll see that. Is it?
Okay.
No, somebody has done it. Explain.
Sorry, I'm not that. There is a participants invite. I should double click my screen.
No, share screen. Setu,
there's a green share screen button.
We can share the screenshot, sir.
Can you wait? One person talk, please. Parth, can you explain him?
So, sir, in the bottom of the screen, there is green button, share screen, with arrow pointing upward.
Arrow pointing upward.
Next to participants, there is a box.
Green button.
I can't see here. Problem is this.
You see Q&A. You see Q&A. Q&A written there.
Yeah. Q&A is there.
In between Q&A and participants.
Next to Q&A.
No, it is only that I can see only three things. Participants record on this computer and Q&A.
Setu, is it enabled or not?
So it is enabled. It is enabled.
Where he will see?
Besides question and answer, there is green screen, green button called share screen.
I think his screen mode is not maximized. Please tell him to maximize.
Yes, sir. Otherwise, can you maximize full screen?
Share screen. Come, got it.
Yeah. Click it. Yeah, please.
Okay, so I clicked it. I think you can see my screen now.
No, you have to click on the screen what you have.
Okay.
You click on particular one and share right bottom, there will be a button called share that you must press. Then you will share. You see some screen now. Do you see some screen now?
Wait. Yes, I can see screen.
And the down share button is there. You see some share button?
It's coming.
Now it's coming. Oh, big clap too. Good, very good. Now you can run. Good, thank you.
Finally, sorry.
Now I will tell you one more thing. On the top, you see here, stop share is there. Don't press now. You will see on the screen, stop share.
Yeah. Stop share.
Don't press now. So don't stop now. Whenever you want to stop it, you do that. Now you can stop again, start if you want. Yeah, please. Sidhu, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I can stop his sir share. So need not to worry about that.
Okay. Thank you.
So
now we'll welcome all the people who are all there now.
Now you can see
Dr. CR. Oh, Dr. Indramani. Good evening.
Good evening. Dr. Sidhu Saab, welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Saab.
Good evening, Indramani ji. This is Rubesh here.
Thank you. Good evening.
Is it working?
Yes.
I think. Okay, partner, Syed, how much time do you have? 40 minutes?
You try, you speak 30 minutes. If interesting for others, then you'll get, I think you can, it depends on the topic, how you're talking, whether it's the audience, whether it's good, interesting. Normally it's about 30 minutes, but you can have 40, no problem, because today is special. Because you're going to talk about precision. And after your talk, I'm going to show how a particular example this has been done.
Yeah. I put all
so they
the
get a
stuff in my
solution.
presentation. Yeah,
because Dr. Singh also told me, why don't you show an example exactly how the electronics, everything can be used. So I think I take this particular session as an example to show them also. After his speech, and emphasize more on the stuff, real application. What I think you know what you're doing. So you go ahead with this speech. I think no problem at all. I think 30-40 minutes, but I think last no need to rush. I think put it might interesting. I think you are a very good speaker. I've seen you already. So go ahead. Don't worry about that. The question is
okay.
Our objective is to see that people get interested to change, to get into electronic or control systems, or they have confidence. Yes, we can learn this. We can do that. I want the confidence to come. And as we get now, the most of training people want. Most of the people remain. A lot of people, around more than 50%, 60%, they remain for the full session. But we also know the limitation. We cannot teach everything in this few hours. So we know it. But then this is only create awareness and some little knowledge. Like what we taught till now, all these 3 lectures, they will see from this example, your example, I will see some words, they will catch, yes, this is what we learned. That's objective. So I think you can go ahead, please.
Okay, so
not now.
Not now. Still we have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Still,
Dr. Indramani, please. You can introduce Dr. Sidhu. I think, or you want me to do that?
Dr. Sidhu needs no introduction.
You will do that.
Really, for the audience, the young scholars, young researchers, everybody knows Dr. Sidhu. He is my personal friend. I first met him in 1995 in a training, and I remember some jokes of Dr. Sidhu even at that time. So very, very humorous person, and very, he penetrates in the society among the audience, and he is friend of all, and personally my friend, and he actually was a professor at PAU, and then shifted to Borlaug Institute for South Asia.
Okay. We'll wait till you introduce. Hey, Dr. Indramani, just wait for a while. You introduce afterwards. Dr. CR Mehta, I see you. How are you? Good evening. CR Mehta, I see him. We'll see who are all there. We have some time still.
So good evening, everyone. I also know Dr. Sidhu very well, and I am expecting him to deliver a very good talk today.
Definitely.
Doctor, thank you very much.
कैसे हैं?
बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ सर.
पंजाब में सब ठीक है?
हाँ अभी तक तो relatively ठीक है सर.
अच्छा.
We should talk now in relative terms, ना.
So we have to give more focus on institute management.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to talk on that also, like for a while.
Yeah. Because nowadays it is little bit shifted away from conservation agriculture.
Yeah.
Some of the machinery are being introduced, being promoted under that program also,
Yeah.
which are not fitting under conservation agriculture.
Dr. Mehta, good evening. This is Rubesh here.
Good evening. How are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you too?
I'm also good. I'm observing that we are having good presentation every day.
Yeah, that's Dr. Smile's work.
No.
And his pull. And his pull.
Informative.
And his pull.
Indramani, Vijay. I mean, there are a lot of people. There's a big team involved in getting speakers and organizing. Dr. Indramani is first person I think we have to thank for all these things what he's doing.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Yep, sure.
Good evening.
So yes, after my presentation, then there will be another session, or
No. I will show your presentation. Then I will start showing how it is done. What are the parts are done to explain them an example, live example.
Okay. Because I will leave it to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we may take in between questions also. When I'm presenting itself, the questions may come in both sides.
Okay.
One about your technology, what you're using. Second is about the electronics or controls. Both can come.
Right.
So it will be better that I explain. We'll decide it. We'll ask depending on the question. We'll select.
Right.
Thank you. Good evening, Narendra Shah. I see your face.
Yeah, I have unmuted myself so I can be heard 2 words. Hello and good evening to everybody. And we had huge rainfall this evening at Bangkok, and about almost an hour there was garaz baraz ke barish.
Oh. Professor Gajan Singh has just now joined.
Dr. Sir, good evening. Harminder Sidhu from Ludhiana.
सिद्धू सर नमस्ते. मुलाकात तो नहीं हुई, बट हमारे स्टूडेंट को आपने एंटरटेन किया था. वेरी वेरी थैंक यू.
Thank you very much, sir. बहुत अच्छे लड़के थे. They were like बहुत ही बढ़िया, बहुत मजा आया. We enjoyed a lot working with them. No?
I will share one of the seminar report that they have done on IoT in agriculture. I will share with you.
Right, excellent.
हरमिंदर उनसे मैं करनाल में मिला ना क्लोजिंग में.
Right,
हाँ जी,
right.
हाँ जी, डॉक्टर साहब. You were there, yes, yeah. दोनों बच्चे
Singh
वहाँ थे.
sir, Singh sir, one of them has written a very nice seminar report on IoT in agriculture. I will share this with you also.
Okay, thank you.
We'll wait for a couple of minutes. Some of our participants are coming. So just 2 minutes more.
It's fine, Sayed. Oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Murthy, welcome. Vijay, you should show face to.
Yes. Hello, Dr. Syed. How are you?
Fine. Sidhu, I want you to both to meet. Vijay and Sidhu.
Hello, Dr. Sidhu. Good
Yeah,
evening.
you're all welcome to our place. Like, yeah.
Definitely.
Good evening, Sidhu sir. Vijay here.
Hi Vijay, how are you?
Good sir. I'm.
You wanted to come to Ludhiana for last.
Yeah, most welcome, sir. Everybody is most welcome to visit us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We are waiting for you to complete the guest house.
Already completed.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
So, Dr. Sidhu, are you located in Ludhiana or where is Borlaug Institute located? I don't know.
Yeah, it is 20 kilometers, 18 kilometers to be very exact from Ludhiana Central,
okay.
Or you can say from Punjab Agriculture University.
Okay.
So it's only 15 to 20 minutes drive from the central place or from the city. Yeah.
I think we can start now. I think already. Dr. Indramani? Dr. Indramani, I think.
We're having one speaker, and from today onwards, we will try to have one speaker, more interaction, and more training. So this will be the modus operandi from today, and I request Dr. Syed. Although I said that Dr. Sidhu needs no introduction because he is known to all. He is known to all, and he has changed actually the face of BISA. He is pillar of BISA. So, and everybody who is visiting Ludhiana, he visits BISA as a pilgrimage, place of pilgrimage. Everybody goes, to see what he is doing. So, I just request Dr. Syed to introduce Dr. Sidhu and request him to start his presentation.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Indramani.
Dr. Syed, please.
Thank you, Dr. Indramani. Dr. Sidhu, I met in Varanasi I think he came and talked to me about 30 minutes. Then he invited me to Ludhiana once. I was there for about a day, almost less than a day. And I know Dr. Sidhu is station head of BISA, that's Borlaug Institute of South Asia. And he is doing an excellent job in precision agriculture in conservative. I think he will introduce himself. I only know that he worked in PIU as a professor. Then he chose to come to this. And I think he has done much more work. I know he one more work also regarding the burning problem. Also, he was very active. And I also could a little bit help whether we work with him regarding that. I would request Dr. Sidhu first to introduce himself, introduce what is BISA, and then continue. Please, Dr. Sidhu.
Thank you, Syed, and thank you, ISA and the whole team to give me this opportunity to talk to you on this. My name is Harminder Singh Sidhu. I am Principal Research Engineer in Borlaug Institute for South Asia. BISA is a joint venture of ICR and CIMET, which is an international institute working in maize, wheat, and sustainable intensification, having a headquarters in Mexico. Before joining BISA or CIMET, I was a professor of agricultural engineering in the Department of Farm Power Machinery in PAU since 2009. And for the last 10-11 years, I'm working for CIMET in Borlaug Institute for South Asia. And in CIMET, my discipline is Sustainable Intensification Program, where we all together work on how we can sustainably intensify the system. So before starting my talk, let me say that, let me clarify that I am a farm machinery person. I'm not a soil water engineer. However, we did some work on water also. That is why today I will talk about conservation agriculture for sustainable intensification and smart irrigation, which we thought that we should work. So this is about my institute as well as myself. And my topic is smart irrigation for conservation agriculture, a way forward for sustainable intensification. So before moving forward, let us understand what is conservation agriculture. So conservation agriculture is having three principles: that minimum disturbance or no disturbance to soil, and soil cover with residue. And if you want to cover the soil with the residue, then you have to stop burning. And crop rotation, said that we have to not do the monoculture, cereal. And then if we follow these three principles, then there are three benefits: enhanced productivity, richer resources, and climate adaptation. So I will talk during my presentation that how the conservation agriculture or sustainable intensification program also helpful in adapting climatic variability or climatic change. So if we follow this conservation agriculture, if we follow the key principles that influences the soil, physical, chemical, and biochemical process, in turns modify the water and nutrient dynamics in the soil. For example, let me share one very interesting thing with you all, that the crown root initiation in wheat under the tilled condition, in the normal condition, is come on around 20 to 25 days when the first irrigation is there. But in case of conservation agriculture, when you are under zero tillage and keeping the residue in the surface, so we have noticed that the CRI stage is on 15 to 18 days. So this is very interesting for the wheat breeders also. So that means if we are influencing the soil physical, chemical and biochemical process, so that means we need to modify our water and nutrient dynamics in the soil also. And we need a new set of recommendations when we follow the conservation agriculture principle, which implies we need new machines and techniques. For that, the capacity building of all the stakeholders, starting from the scientists, farmers, manufacturers, students, are very, very important when you talk about conservation agriculture. Basically, what we want to do is we need to produce more from less. That means less of water, less of energy, and for more people, that too on sustainable basis. So we want to produce more food with the less of water, less of nutrient, less of tillage, less of energy for more people, that too on the sustainable basis. So why we want to do this conservation agriculture things here? Basically, there are some challenges. Agriculture challenges, there are some man-made challenges, I will say, and there are some nature-made challenges. The result is very evident. The result is we are continued depletion of water, soil health is deteriorating, greenhouse gas emission or global warming things, and yield gap and low farmers' profit. So I don't want to go to each bullet because there are some challenges on this side where are man-made and there are nature-made. So when we combine all these challenges and we end up with these bullets, and in case of health, we always talk One Health. It is not only the soil health, it is for the human health also, it is for the animal health also, right? So for example, residue burning, like not only impacting the soil health, but it also impacts the human health as well as animal health also. So our challenge is enhancing the farmer's income with sustaining natural resources under emerging climatic risk. So this is our challenge. So I will start with residue burning. As Syed said, that we are working on residue burning. So this was for the last 2 years, if you noticed that this was the burning issue in India, especially in the North India. But I will see this issue in the light of the current situation. So if there is air pollution from the open agriculture burning, then cardiovascular and chronic pulmonary disease will increase, and it will aggravate the severity of the COVID situation or COVID symptoms which we are facing right now in the world. And it will significantly increase the mortality rate if there are the situations because of the air pollution, if you are suffering from some diseases because of the poor air quality. So what we need to do is, can we make the residue burning a relic of the past so that to avoid the worst pandemic in near terms? So that means what we are doing for the past 2 years, it was all related to the present situation also. We can always see or link it with the present situation, and we have to be very careful in future also. So most of the people know about the machine. This is a happy seeder which can seed directly. It is a conservation agriculture machine which can seed directly in the presence of residue in a single pass. And its cost is around $2,000, or you can say 1.4 lakhs around. And how it works, when we harvest rice, and then there is a sufficient residual moisture in the ground. And when we harvest rice, and the moisture is there, and now this field is ready for me for seeding my next crop. So now I don't need to do any tillage. I don't need to do any burning. I can come with my seeder, that is a happy seeder, and seed my next crop. So this video, it is a 1-minute video which shows that we don't need any turnover period. We can harvest our crop and seed our next crop right way. So this, now the field, this is the crop after 10 days. The wheat is emerging from the residue, and you can see it is a single pass technology which requires only a 1 pass, or if I go very precisely, for 1 acre you need only 4 to 5 liters of diesel if you are having a happy seeder and your tractor. So this is the cheapest option available till today. See, what we want to do is, everybody is like, if you see, we call it as a technology with the multiple wins. If we see the agenda of our Prime Minister, he want to improve soil health. You are adding residue back to the soil, it is improving soil health. More crop per drop. You don't need to even give the pre-seeding irrigation. In this situation, we are saving almost 20% water. Lower cost and higher profits, doubling farmers' income. So it is a single pass technology which can save a lot of not only energy, time, but also money also. It reduces the GHG emission, less weeds. Less weeds means less load of chemicals on the ground. So, and the last is reduced weather risk. The weather risk includes either it is more rain, either it is a less rain, either it is a terminal heat, either it is a more wind at the time of harvest. That means less lodging. So this technology helps in mitigating all the weather risk. That is why I talked about one of my slides about the climatic adaptation. So let me show you some pictures of last year. So this is Ludhiana on 23rd January. On this side, so this is a field after tillage. And there was 72 mm rain on 23rd January 2019. And we visited the field after 24 hours. So you can see the situation. Here the water is there, still there. And here the wheat was under zero tillage after maize. In this field, even you can walk. So that means, so if it is more rain, it handles. This is another story. There is another big rain event in Ludhiana on 5th or 6th February night, 84 mm rain in 1 day. The wheat and conservation tillage on this side, and wheat in the residue or under conservation agriculture is on this side. Another picture. So this is wheat after tillage in February, and this is a wheat in the residue. So that means, so we can even, there are many instances. This year it was at the time of harvest wheat. There was a bad weather, still bad weather. Today in Ludhiana it is cloudy. So that means this technology, conservation agriculture principles, can handle the adversity of the weather. So people generally ask me, if we don't till, if we keep the residue on the surface, how many years we can do this? So this is a data from a long-term trial from an ICR institute where our colleagues and the CSSRA people in Karnal working. So we are doing, they are using this technology since 2009. So it is a 11-year yield data, which shows either you are getting same yield or more yield using conservation agriculture. So this is I don't want to go into the data more because I want to finish between the given time. So this is one evidence. This is coming from the ICR Agriculture Technology Application Research Institute, Zone 1. This is for the last year. 76% farmers said that they get more yield with this technology. 95% farmers said that there was less weed, and 58% said that there was less lodging. So that means it is a technology with the multiple wins. So that is why all the institute, ICR, Punjab Agriculture University, other universities, all are promoting this in a big way, including CIMET and BISA, because we should promote a technology or a method which is feasible, which is economical, which is sustainable, and which is scalable. And I'm happy to share, I have the data for Punjab, that we have more than 15,000 machines working in the field in last 2 years. So this is another evidence about this. So this is in August 2019. This is a publication in the Science, which was covered by more than 40 national and international papers, field on fires, alternative to crop residue burning. And this also supports what we are saying. Currently, 50,000 machines are working in the region, in Punjab, and I'll say because I don't have the exact data for Haryana. And for the 2 years, and government and with the support of ICR and others, I had a big program on 1,200 crores on residue burning. But my question, when there are 15,000 machines, and what we were struggling, we want to see where these 15,000 machines are working. We want to get the data. So this is a map for Ludhiana. The yellow dots, which we are seeing on the map, this is the fields under Happy Seeder, or with this technology, conservation agriculture. So this is a very, very challenging for the monitoring people also, for the department also. Even you don't know where the machine is working. I discussed this issue that I want to monitor each and every machine. And Doctor, I requested Dr. Syed to support me in this. And what we did is, so this is a small, we call it as a happy tracker, Syed. And it is a real-time monitor for machinery use and its movement. And I think after my presentation, Syed will explain you more on this. But we tried this, and because we want to monitor each and every machine working in the, so that this is also one way of automating monitoring. So otherwise, it is very difficult to go and follow the farmers and go to each and every field to take the GPS and other thing. What this small device is doing, it is a real-time tracking activities of CRM and good estimate of area covered, because if you know the width of the machine, and it gives you a good estimate. And earlier we were doing ground truthing by going to like 500 fields, 1,000 fields, so that we can give that data to our remote sensing team, so that they can match and do some good estimates. So let me go quickly through it is a real-time tracking, but the good part is, so this distinguishes between the parked and on road and in operation field, right? Sending location of the machine every 2 minutes and the speed of operation. And you can even see the live battery status. And there is a live dashboard on your mobile, and all the data is stored on the servers. And there is a 2-day internal battery life, and easy to install on any machine. And only requirement is you need a 12-volt connection or a charging system on your tractor or on your machine. So this is a snapshot of a happy tracker. It is giving the GPS locations, latitude, longitude, and other thing, even the speed. And this is even if you go to the records, you can see the date wise where it was moving. So this is one thing which was very interesting for us. This year we tested on few machines. Next year we are going to use it on the large numbers, right? Or presently on this part we are working on a project which is called Harit, and it is harnessing the power of agricultural residue through innovative technology. So people think that the residue is a problem, and we think it is a very powerful thing. We should harness its power. Now, the next part, we thought, can we marry conservation agriculture with the smart irrigation using subsurface drip irrigation? We call it as a CA plus, Conservation Agriculture Plus. The basic purpose of this exercise was, if you see an agricultural engineer, the biggest problem, the micro irrigation, drip irrigation, and other things are very good in the controlled environment and very easy to handle. But if you go for the field crops, it is very, very difficult. The only one hindrance I always listen from the people, that you have to take all the pipes out of the field when you want to do any agriculture operation. Either it is a spraying, seeding, and then you have to redo it before every irrigation. So that is the tedious. We thought, because we are not tilling the field and we are keeping residue on the surface, why not to put these lines below the surface, and we should irrigate, or we should give the water where it is required. So the one hypothesis was the minimum surface evaporation, it will improve water use efficiency. And as an agricultural engineer or farm machinery person, for me, that my machines can run on the surface, easy mechanical operation, because it is all buried, and effective fertigation. And we never thought that if you give a subsurface irrigation to your crops, the weed population is very, very less. It is like an added advantage, because you never give irrigation to the top 5 centimeters. It is always in the root zone. And more drip life. Normally, I asked the micro irrigation companies that what is the life of a drip pipe lying on the surface. They say 5 to 6 years. And our trials are more than 8 years now. And they are saying it will go like maybe 10, 12 years if it is buried. So then another exciting thing was like, can we automate it? Right? So why can we monitor the subsurface soil water metric potential and give the water as and when required, and that too directly in the root zone. So then this was where to put, because at the time of seeding it is 5 centimeters, and we need more water close to 5 centimeters. When the root develops, we need more water in the root zone. And what should be the lateral spacing? What should be the drip spacing? What should be the drip discharge? And these were all the scientific questions. Can we use it for the field crops? So we started with this. But the only challenge was how to lay the drip at a desired depth. And we consulted all the companies, both the companies, even Netafim and others. to look for a machine which can put a drip tape at the desired depth. But then we designed a small machine, which is a 2-row, which can be operated with a 50 horsepower tractor. You can put the drip tape at the desired depth. So from the back, from here, you can increase or decrease the depth spacing. So this is our trial. Now we are, for the last 5-6 years, we are growing successfully crops like maize and wheat with the subsurface drip, and even rice and wheat with the subsurface drip. So the results are here. I don't want to go because of the time constraint into the detail, but very interestingly, you can save a lot of water. Like in maize wheat system, it is amazing because last year, the people from Asian Maize Conference, which held in Ludhiana, they visited us, and we shared with them that you can grow 15 tons grain per hectare with 29 centimeter or 30 centimeter water in a year. 15 ton grain, that is like almost more than 8 ton maize and more than 6 ton wheat with the very, very little water. And for the rice wheat, even 13 ton grains with the 17 to 80 centimeter of water. So you can see the 6.3 ton. So this is the graph which we are seeing it is an average of 3-year data which we presented to the Asian Maize Conference people. So 15 ton grains with the 28 or 29 centimeter water. Then even Dr. Vijendra Singh with the team from many teams. Yeah. So they visited us and we showed all these trials to them. And the one issue when we started working on this line, we were not knowing, even the literature was not very, very supportive, or we Googled everything. We are giving water and the nutrient in the root zone. How much and how many times? That is how we can optimize the rate and timing. So then we did experiments for calculating that optimizing the rate and timing of fertigation, because in the there are some data for the surface drip, but when you are giving directly in the root zone, then we have to establish that optimizing the rate and timings for fertigation. And then we did some like different yield and uptake with the different system where you're giving flood irrigation, where you're giving subsurface drip irrigation. This is all stuff in different projects, because I got one project where I got money from UK government and in collaboration with DBT, where we did all this study. But the interesting part for an agricultural engineer is that now the breeders are interested to evaluate their breeding material under this environment. They are saying that every genotype, either it is a maize or wheat genotype, it has an interaction with the environment as well as management. We call it as a GEM trial. The genotype into environment into management. Now we are evaluating different genotypes of maize as well as wheat under the contrasting management practices. So this is one very good sign. People are seeing a possibility. Some genotypes are very good in maize wheat system, and the same genotype is not doing good in rice wheat system. Earlier, and even some genotypes are very good in subsurface drip, and other are good in zero tillage with the flood irrigation. So now we are working on this direction also. So then we established a precision nutrition platform where the motivation was automation. As I told you earlier, that I'm not a soil water engineer, but like we basically our team learned by making mistakes. So we try to bring different puzzles together. How my water meter can talk to my controller, how my wall can talk to my controller, how my sensor in the field can talk to my controller, and how my fertigation machine can talk to my controller, and marrying everything and sending data back to my computer on this. So as Syed was telling that at this point I was struggling, and then we set up a precision precision fertigation platform, and with the fully automated, even filtration unit is fully automated, but our challenges were not ending, because we took 2 years data, what you're seeing here on this screen, but it was an all wired connection. From the field, the wires were coming to the controller, to my, and it worked very well for 2 years. But one fine evening, there was electric, the rain, then this all electric lightning, and it damaged everything, all the cards and all things. And then luckily I met Syed in Varanasi. and I like, we sat after the session, we sat on a table, and I told him that I'm struggling with this, and then can we do something where I don't need wires to communicate with my system. And so this is all the data which is coming to our system. And but my problem was, I don't want that the wire should come from the field to my system. And this was a struggle. And I want to continuously monitor the subsoil metric potential with the reliable wireless switching facility. You mean like because the reliable means it should be, the switching facility should be very, very reliable. In the water saving games with the micro irrigation, there is one challenge, because you always give water in small packets, right? If you miss one packet or 2 packets, it will damage the whole game. So that is why I was looking for a reliable wireless switching, and I want to that I can it should be automated. And earlier system was also the wired thing also, but with a remote communication. Even the condition like now, that if I'm in curfew or in the lockdown, I can monitor my field sitting on my in my home or from a remote place. Then we were also very much interested in modeling studies on subsurface water and nutrient movement below the surface. And there was like one girl from PAU. She's Arpana Bajpai. She's doing her PhD with us yesterday in PAU on this topic. And what next? We are still in the smart irrigation. We still have to try the micronutrients through this system. We call it as a intravenous injection for the crops, and the application of even weedicide, the soil-borne weedicide. Can we control weeds also with this? So this is what we were doing. We were calibrating new sensors, new techniques, And even we imported some dye from Australia also to know what is happening below the soil, where the water is going, and how much and what is the movement. I think from this PhD study, we will be very clear on that part also. And here, I think then for the last almost 1.5 years, with the help of Syed, and I always give problems to Syed. I always tell that this is my problem. I want to do this, and let us see how good. Now we are using the problem in the automated subsurface drip irrigation. Even in the surface drip irrigation is still in India we don't have the reliable sensors, right? On this side, this is a tensiometer from Aerometer, with a very renowned company. This is very good. Under maybe like up to 40 kilopascals. As soon as you go above 40 kilopascal, it fails. And on this side, this is MPS 6, and this is very good in when you are your soil water potential is high, 40, 50, 60, but it is very bad when it is low. So because my purpose of giving this talk is like, I'm very selfish on that part also. Said it's not training part is one part, but I'm speaking to the people on who are online on Facebook and through this Zoom, that if they can help me as well as Syed and all our team to have a reliable sensor, which is affordable for the farmer, and because I want to make a case for a 5-acre farmers, and 5-acre farmer doesn't have to do anything for his irrigation as well as fertigation. So on this side, which you are seeing, it is a sensor device which we are using. We put this MPS 6 sensors in the ground. And this sensor device can work in the radius of, I think it's more than 200 meter diameters. And now we are using this instead of wired section. Then this sensor is connected to this device, and this device is connected to my controller through this actuator device, which tells my controller that which valve and which should be open, and my water meter is also connected to this. So now all the devices are linked through Wi-Fi, and it is working, I should say, reasonably good. But when the internet fails, then my server keeps on sending me emails that your internet is not working, your internet is not working. Again, this is one limitation. And this is what we are doing, what we are trying to do, that marrying conservation agriculture principles with the precision water and nutrient application using subsurface drip. That is why we call it as a, this is a data sheet which is coming from my actuator and the sensor device. You can see it is a dashboard, and you can even see on your mobile also, on your laptop also, even it is telling which valve is working, which play is working. And so for me, this is my last slide. I think I'm within the time. It's Syed, it is 36 minutes only. And
no problem. Yeah.
This is my last slide. A technology cannot be an innovation if you don't add a local adaptation and social inclusivity and access to that technology, and you are getting feedback for that technology, and the people are willing to buy or pay for that technology. And if you add all these factors to your technology, then it really becomes innovation. And I'm ending my talk with a quote from Bernard Shaw, that you see things and you say why, but I dream things that never were, and I say why not. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sidhu. It was an excellent talk. I think all of us understood what you wanted to convey. And
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sidhu.
Yeah, you can give your comments first, then I will start. Dr. Indramani?
Yeah, it was
what?
Wonderful. You know, this technology part, little so far covered and no. So how can you connect what you have done at BISA, what Dr. Sidhu showed, little more detail about the technical part.
Correct. So I think this is a good opportunity for the last 3 days we had probably about 2 hours of session of trying to understand the electronics, and we had a short introduction about microcontrollers in 3 sessions. That's almost about 2 hours of session. This is very short. And we actually, when we started this program also, we know very well that the electronics or embedded system is a very vast subject, and we cannot teach them in 10 classes or 20 classes. I know it very well, but we have to start somewhere. So why I started, I will explain you. There are 3 layers I see. One is the top level management people I see. Could be in industry or it could be in department who really sanction funds and do that, whatever, that position. Middle level management also there. Last is the people who really work on the line. In agriculture engineering, all these 3 are almost without knowledge of the technology. For example, today Dr. Sidhu told Wi-Fi is using 200 meters reliably. He is using for 1.5 years almost, and he is having problem because internet connection is not there. That was his problem. Okay, now there are many other technologies available. The question is, I want the top management, middle management to learn what is the difference between gallbladder and kidney. Okay, simple differences. We must understand what is the differences between these 2 and which I should go for, so they can ask questions. They can ask questions to all the people. Oh, this is there. I heard somewhere. You tell me why. That much knowledge is enough for the top level management and middle level right now. Middle level can go a little bit more, but the down level, they have to learn, because I would tell you now, I am an agricultural engineer. I have never studied electronics. And if you ask me, now, Dr. Syed, you're working so long, so you can design. It is wrong, because I can tell you exactly, it took me 2 months only to learn electronics and work with electronics in Bangkok. That was a challenge. That was a task given to me by my professors, because I wanted not to work on solar energy. I wanted to switch over to control systems. So when I could do it, what I want to say is the youngsters can also learn. So we will make this training program, whatever it is, to the extent that you are convinced, yes, technology is easy for me to understand. That is all, that is success for me. We will again, ISE, we will work together to find out a method for really people who want to learn in detail. So that we will assign a particular time and group. But this one is meant for all the 3, top level, middle management, and low level. So bear with us for this, the training. I will try to go slow of the training session, but I would like you people to, after every topic, I'll stop. You raise your hands, and no problem at all, raise your hands and ask me. Then I can explain at least basics for you. Now, with that introduction, I come back to Dr. Sidhu. Now, Dr. Sidhu, what he is doing, how his system works, we will see. Like, for example, he told I will explain a sensor device he has got, and he has got actuator device. A sensor device is battery operated with 3 cells, pencil cells. It in the center of the field. There are no wires coming there. He has connected 4 of the soil moisture sensors to that, 4 of the sensors. So we actually made a system. We tried out with capacitive other type. I could not do it because I didn't have any support of the people, others who are required. Now, the data is sent by wireless to his main place where he has a filtration system and pump system. There we have actuated device, which actually will control will start a particular valve or start a pump. And there is also a tank where you can measure the water height. Now, when you want to start, he will sit in his home probably and key in from his mobile, he can check, I want so many kPa, minus 40 kPa when it comes, I want the pump to start. This is, he can do it from his cell phone. The limits he can set. When he sets the limits, it takes care of automatically. So from the sensor, it goes to actuator, both of them connected to internet domain and comes to server and to his cell phone. From there he controls. So we require some connectivity. And the sensor device, I have given around 15 minutes of data to come. I think 5 minutes data is about 1.5 months it will go. We can make reliably up to 3 months to 6 months with the battery operated sensors. This is working. Actually, when he asked, I never worked on this in the field. We selected Wi-Fi, and this was actually 2 boards only I made, very short time. And I will go through this process completely, explain you what are all required in this. For example, what is a sensor device? What is inside there? Okay, how it communicates to actuator device, actuator what it does. Then you're telling me about something like it goes to go to internet domain. So how the data is going to internet domain? In the computer, what program I have to write in that computer, internet domain, so I can see the data. And what all feature I must have into the internet domain. For example, if internet is not there, connectivity is not there, you have to get an email, you have to go and check. Option is, even if you put a GSM, which is a cell phone, if it's not working, you have to get an email. And this, I know Dr. Sidhu didn't allow me to in the night or day, Saturday or Sunday, for him doesn't matter. He will sit at home, he will call me, and he says, this particular one must be done. And I think there is something of this, which I find an agriculture engineer has the insight. He says, if it doesn't work, I must get an email or SMS to me immediately saying that it is down because it's far away from his place. So he can do something, ask somebody to go and check up the connectivity. So this all I will explain. That is the session going to be now. In between, till I prepare, I allow 1 or 2 questions to ask on the, whatever Dr. Sidhu's talk. I see 2 questions. Technical about what the electronics, everything. After my talk, we'll talk about. Dr. Murthy, Santi Murthy, you have one question. I'll allow, please, can you ask that?
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Syed. Thank you so much, Dr. Sidhu, for the wonderful talk. I had 2 or 3 things that I had questions about. The first question is, so when you do this kind of yield maximization through the drip irrigation and the conservation agriculture and the drip irrigation, what is the impact of the sustainable intensification practices on the micronutrient quality of the crop? Has that been studied or is that being studied? That's my first question. The second question is, I was reading some reports that the burning of residues was connected with how the crop season moved from basically being ending in October to later part of the November. And that was the reason why a lot of these because farmers have to burn the crops, and how far is that responsible? And then finally, the third question is, you talked about soil sensors and that you need reliable soil sensors. I was wondering if you could put like few performance criteria out so that we can know, for example, when you say what is the reliability, what kind of reliable performance, how long and things are you expecting, what is the price target and stuff like that. If you can please take a shot at that, that would be great.
Thank you, Dr. Murthy. The first thing is micronutrient analysis. Till date, what we did is even in our breeding trials also, or other trials also, we worked mainly on the nitrogen uptake, not on the other micronutrients, right? We have a data on the nitrogen uptake, which is better under this under these scenario. So we have not worked on the other micronutrients. But mainly the nitrogen level. And the second question you are asking, that the residue burning is like pushing the transplanting date back is responsible. I don't think that is the case because now we have varieties which can well matured between the given time, and we have a technology which requires a zero turnover period, like what I showed you. You harvest your rice and you seed your next crop, you are paid. And then coming to the reliability of the sensors, I tried. I went to every place or every person, either like the people sitting in Calcutta. There is a firm who's supplying sensors, and I visited them personally. My problem is I don't want to. I don't need a reliable sensor for measuring the things. No, I need a reliable sensor for switching with the switching property, right? For example, we were using tensiometer. We used tensiometer for more than 4 years, but tensiometer is very good. Like when the tension is around 40 or 45 kPa. As soon as one fine morning you go to your field and you see that your tensiometer is failed, and it is like there is an air bubble in the tensiometer, right? So that is my problem, right? Second thing, then we move to this MPS6 sensors, which I showed in my presentation. They are very good in the higher range, but they are not very good in the lower range. So I need, because for example, if you work in the rice wheat system, as per the literature or the data available with us, we need to irrigate the rice as soon as the soil matter potential is around 15 in the subsoil, right? But we need to irrigate maize when the soil matter potential is maybe 50 kilopascals. So I need a range, but with a reliable thing. I hope I answered your questions.
Thank you so much. The reason I was asking that is because we could actually think of developing our own sensors for our conditions.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will take that questions next later on when I complete it. I think we'll take.